got to be delighted with that second half performance, don't you?
Yeah, I think at this stage of the season, for most sides, it's about finding a way to win. In terms of respecting the opposition, we did that in abundance. We knew that Danny had turned a corner with this Bradford side, trying to get them playing the right way with limited resources. And fair play to them. I wouldn't say they caught us by surprise, but we just need to, defensively at times, we need to be set to defend, and at times we're not. And don't be surprised when we get beat, done on a goal like we did. And a indecisive decision from Matt, the keeper. But we got in at half time. It weren't a time and place to scream and shout. It was trying to find a way to win, at least win the second half, and go away with a draw at least. But fair play to the lads, credit where credit's due.
Yeah, second half came back out, same 11. Some managers opted to change things. Were you confident those players could turn it around and it was just a question of when, not maybe?
Yeah, I think if you look at the bigger picture and you take the emotion out of the 2 goals we conceded, Jake Thompson's had a great opportunity. He's had 2 great opportunities. Ellison's made a great save from Willem. He made a great save off the corner. So, looking at the bigger picture and taking emotion out of it, it could have easily been 2-2 at half time. A poor decision from Matt, which he'll always hand up. It's not a case of throwing him under the bus. He's just been indecisive and he's given a penalty away. And the second goal, we bomb on. We get numbers in abundance going forward, and we're always going to be vulnerable. We spoke about it. I've stood here half a dozen times this season and said if we concede them goals like we have done today, as managers, we'll take that because we take risks. And sometimes when you take risks, you get your rewards. Today we didn't in the first half, but we took them exactly the same risk second half and was rewarded. A tweak of formation when we got our noses in front, just to give us that little bit of solidity at the back, and we've seen the game out. So fair play to the lads.
Once the first one went in, it felt almost instantly, it was a complete reversal and we went 3-2 in the lead. Just what sort of composure and mindset does that have on the players? We've seen it so far this season, but not on the best run of form perhaps, and then still to do it, it takes something else, doesn't it?
I think once this Radcliffes side get momentum, i.e. the first goal gives us that momentum, we're hard to stop. And you can flip it and you can say last week, once we become chasing a game, listen, we're vulnerable at the best of times, that's just who we are, we'll be the first to say it. But once we get that first goal and we get that momentum, we're hard to stop. I think most managers, if they're honest, if they sort of kill our momentum, we become desperate at times and we throw the kitchen sink out of it, which again we leave ourselves exposed. It was important that we didn't do that second half. It was important that we took chances, but was a little bit more naive. And again, we did take the same obviously chances, and we was rewarded. But yeah, once we get full steam ahead, there's no stopping us.
I don't quite think I've heard that amount of noise away from home, especially at the full-time whistle from the fans. Just what does that mean?
It's massive. I think for the likes of the chairman and Marcus that have been here, it's our first season. We've been fortunate to be at some big clubs with some big following, but to look from the outside as a Radcliffe lad and attend half a dozen games last season, you look at the numbers and the noise that's been made today. We spoke about it in both our interviews this season. This football club's growing, and with that the fan base is, and it's getting better and better. I just hope. And it's not done till it's done, but I just hope we can reward them with what they what they want and what we want as a football club. 4 games to go. We've just got to keep our head down, knuckle down, and get over the line.
Obviously, Nicky went off towards the end of the game. No Jordan in the squad. Is that injury related perhaps, or is it just changing players? Yeah,
massively injured. Jordan struggling, Sard struggling. No Rick Smith, no Nicky Adams. You look from the outside, you think, they're big players. They've been a massive part of why we're top of the league. But we have to adapt. We've got to utilise our squad that we trust in, which we've done today. It didn't look great at times in terms of the result, but they found a way. The lads that have been given an opportunity today have found a way. Lois stepping up second half, being dominant in both boxes. That was massive. That's probably what we lacked first half. Ollie Farley stepping up second half. Scott Duxbury getting on the end of one. That's because they had to step up. That's because they had to find a way. It wasn't instruction so much from us as coaches. It was man up, get on the end of things, some good balls into the box, and we was rewarded second half.
Finally, Matlock next Saturday. Is there any early thoughts, or how do you prepare for that one?
No, I think it's just important that we go away. We digest the game. We look at what we've got to work with next week. You've probably seen we've signed a lot of young players this week. That's not out of, there's no games being played. It's just where we're at as a football club. Deadline's gone. We don't carry a big squad anyway. So we're just got to make sure we can. We don't want to be sort of seen to be patching people up and asking players to get through games, because that cost us last week against Ashton. We was exposed with that, carrying 2 players that weren't fully fit and had to make 2 substitutions at half time. That reflects bad on me and John as managers. So we'll do our diligence overnight. We'll see what Brittany comes back with tomorrow in terms of injuries and who needs what. And obviously massively look forward to a massive week for the football club.